So this video of a man arguing with Frontier Airlines employees has gone viral. And the $1 million question is, who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a mega viral video featuring a man arguing with Frontier Airlines employees as he's trying to get his boarding pass. Now, there's a lot here. There's a bunch of talk about this on the internet. Race is a big part of this because people assume that the guy recording is white, although we've not seen his face, and we can see who he's arguing with. They're black, except for the one guy. We'll talk about him a little bit more a little bit later. But the main thing is race, race, race. I don't think it's race. I think it's a matter of who's right and who's wrong. Now, before we get to the video, I got to give you some context. Now, the guy, 45 years old, married, has 3 kids. He was on a business trip in North Carolina, in Raleigh. He was leaving from North Carolina back to Boston. He gets to the airport late, 50 minutes before the flight. Frontier says you must check in at least 1 hour before your flight, 60 minutes. So he goes to the ticketing place, trying to get a boarding pass, trying to check in, and they're telling him, okay, check it out. We can help you, but you must pay the $25 agent fee. And that set off a whole firestorm, a whole big argument, which led to the viral video we have right now today. Now, before I get into my 2 cents, my take on it, let's watch the actual video. Of course, I will link to the full video in the box if you want to see it and hear it without my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Mayday flight, you did, and you think you're gonna check me in? I bet you we won't. Hey?
I paid for a ticket.
And you didn't pay $25 for agent assist and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that I was
gonna get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight.
Now let's pause for a second. Now you heard what he said. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight. That's a very important detail. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Let's keep on going.
And they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in. Oh, and you decided that you ain't going to let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your...
Why would he refuse to leave when she's asking him? Why?
Your personal space. This is not your personal space. This is
my stationery.
This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job for a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home.
I told you to stop putting the camera on me, sir.
I'm literally here at Frontier. I bought a ticket and they are not letting me check in. For no reason whatsoever.
There's a reason. We'll get to that in a minute.
Well, you said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and have you not fly the airline.
I've already bought a ticket. I've literally already bought a ticket, and this is your reaction.
All right, so there we go. You heard that. Now, there was a lot going on there. There was a whole lot going on, but there's an article. They interviewed the guy. They don't show his face, but they interviewed the guy. This is going to be New York Post. I'll link to the article in the box so you can read it right there, okay? Let's get to some details, okay? Viral footage has captured Frontier Airlines gate agents getting into a bus stop with a passenger who had sniped, "I'm never flying this SH, the rest, curse word, airline again," after being hit with an unexpected $25 fee just to check in. Now, the fee is not just to check in. The fee is to talk to the agents. So if you want to talk to them for any kind of reason, if you need their help, you got to pay $25. Some are going to say it's a petty fee. Well, look, it's Frontier. It's an ultra low cost airline. The way they make money is from fees. Everybody who flies knows that. But let's keep on going. The caught on camera saga erupted when the male passenger, a 45-year-old married father of 3, was trying to check in for his Frontier flight from North Carolina to Boston last Friday after a week-long business trip. The passenger, who didn't want to be identified, told the Post he'd arrived at the airport with 50 minutes or so to spare, but wasn't able to check in on the electronic kiosk because, unbeknownst to him, he had missed the airline's 60-minute pre-departure window. So he's late. You get there 10 minutes late. You had 24 hours to check in. You didn't do it. You could have used your app. You didn't do it. You're trying to go to the desk to check out right there, but you're late. Let's keep on going. When he went to speak to a Frontier employee, he was told he needed to cough up $25 fee to check in, which is talk to the agents. That's when things went bad. They all kind of started chiming in. Well, you should check the website, like not in a professional or polite way. They were like, it was your fault for not checking in the website. Sorry, it's on you. He said at the moments before he decided to start filming. After a 20-minute, listen, all we saw was a less than 2-minute video, which has gone viral. They were squabbling for 20 minutes before the camera started rolling about $25. After a 20-minute back and forth, the passenger said he finally relented and agreed to pay the fee. As he reached for his wallet, he copped to muttering, "I'm never flying this S-word airline again." When I said that, a lady who I was talking to took a step back and said, "How dare you curse at me? I'm not checking you in. I don't have to check you in." And my reaction was, "You will check me in." I think those are the words that I used. And when I said that, she completely just went, I don't know if ballistic is a word, but essentially she shut off completely and absolutely refused to check me in. Okay, now look, there's more. I'll link to it, but check it out. At the end of it, he says, or they say, that the people involved are no longer assigned to Frontier. They're a third party. They're no longer assigned to Frontier. And the guy wound up buying a ticket for JetBlue to fly back to Boston. And he called Frontier and he said that he was reimbursed for his ticket. Okay, so that's the story right there. Now, here's what I want to say. The guy was in the wrong, period. The guy was in the wrong. Listen, we could talk about how it was unprofessional of the young lady to talk the way they talk, and of the white guy at the end to chime in. Although that's not really the focus. It's the people that he was talking to for most of the video, the black women. But the white guy was on their side. The other employee at the actual desk, he was on their side, not the guy who was filming. We can say they're unprofessional and that's fine. But look, you're late already. When you get to the gate, they're telling you, okay, we can help you, although you're late, but you got to pay the agent fee. We're already kind of being lenient on one policy as far as the 1 hour before. You're here a little bit late. We can help you, but you got to pay your fee. Rather than just paying the fee, getting this pass and catching this flight, he decides to squabble for 20 minutes over the fee. So now it's 30 minutes before. Remember I said, listen to what he said. He said 30 minutes. Although in the article, he said he was there 50 minutes before. So the article says he's squabbling for 20 minutes. He verified it by his own words in the video and in the interview. 20 minutes arguing over $25. Just pay your money. You're already late. You're violating that policy and you're not trying to pay the fee to talk to the agents. At least do one of the two policies. They can help you, but he didn't want to do it. And then he wants to cuss them out. Listen, guys like this are the kind of guys that sit and argue with a cop on the side of the road over a speeding ticket. It's like, for what though? Why are you arguing? You're not going to win the argument. Listen, you're speeding. You're going 65 into 55. They pull you over. What you should do is make this stop as easy as possible for the cop, because you might get a warning. He might let you go. Okay, have everything ready. Don't be trying to talk about, I'm a sovereign citizen. Don't do all that. Just give him your stuff. Do you know why I stopped you? Hey, I might have been a little fast, man. I apologize for that. My fault. He might just give you a pass and let you go. I've done that so many times. Just be nice to the cop. Make the job easy. Don't make it difficult. Don't be squabbling, arguing for what? Because you're not going to win anyway. Just be cool. My fault. Man, here's a warning. And if you get a ticket, what's it going to be? $100? If you squabble and arguing and escalate, you might get more than a speeding ticket. You might get locked up. For what? All because of your pride? All because of your ego? Listen, we can say that they were unprofessional. And if you say that I'm defending them because of racism, you're an idiot. Because, again, I told you, I had to scream at the guy who was black on my Frontier Airlines flight for acting up the same way that guy was acting up. I don't care what color you are. You could be black, white, Puerto Rican, the Kennedy stripe. You're already late. You're already wrong. Just comply. Pay the $25. You, rather than paying $25, you missed a whole flight and you had to buy another ticket for $500. And I'm sure that the Frontier Airlines ticket was less than that because it's a low-cost airline. The $25 plus the ticket would have been less than the $500 you paid at JetBlue. But look, as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to everybody who understands how these ultra low-cost airlines work. You got to follow their rules, okay? You might say the fee is petty. That's fine, but you're the one who booked the Frontier Airlines flight. And if you booked it, you should have read all of what you were signing up for. And if you went through a third-party website, you know how those go. There's always some problems with a third-party website. That's not Frontier's fault. That's your fault, for real, because you should know better, especially if you're a frequent flyer. You're there on the business trip. You're 45 years old. You're not 85 years old, a senior, don't know how to use technology. You know how to use an app. You know how to use a phone. Everybody knows what it is. You get a ticket. You check in a day before. You go to the airport, go through TSA, go to the gate, and board. It's simple. You take out your phone, and get on your flight. That's it. Why make things complicated when they don't have to be? I don't understand. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about this situation? Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. Do you think it's about race? Do you think it's about skin color? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. It's not about race at all. It's about right and wrong. If you're late and they're trying to look out for you, but they're telling you, hey, you got to pay the $25. And rather than just doing that and getting on your flight, you squabbling for 20 minutes. By that time, you might miss the whole flight because if you notice, he hadn't even gone through TSA yet. So you are squabbling at TSA, before, like, even if they did bypass all their policies, let you not pay the $25, let you check in beyond 1 hour before your flight. They could have done all that and you still would miss your flight because you took so much time trying to argue. I don't really understand. Do right, follow the rules. And if you don't, hey man, that's your fault. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.